Hello everyone, Gaijin Goomba here. Today I want to share something very personal. Something that's been bothering me for quite some time. A plight of my people that has been swept under the rug for a long, long time. When you think of Bowser's minions, who do you think of? Koopas? Boos? Hammer Brothers? What about the first minion you ever face? For as much love as Nintendo spreads around to the various baddies of the Koopa gang, none are as more unappreciated as the Goomba. And here today, I'm accompanied by some good friends of mine to explain just how truly unappreciated the hardworking Goomba has become. First of all, let's discuss the most recent horror that has been bestowed upon my extended family. This deplorable turn of events. So apparently, in Super Mario 3D World, Mario and the gang can obtain a Goomba mask from defeating Goombas. Miyamoto, of course, has gone on record saying that the mask is only that, a mask. But you can't fool me, you beautiful, brilliant man. How is it this item just materializes after killing one of my kin? No, what's really going on here is the sick use of my friends' decapitated heads to use as a disguise so that Mario and his sociopathic friends can continue their rampage. To those of you who think these injustices couldn't possibly be true, as many of the minions play in many of the sports and spin-off games, there is still a vast injustice going on here. But you don't have to take my biased word for it. Kite Tales has some interesting insight to share on even how, in the offshoot games of the Mario franchise, Goombas are targeted by unfair segregation.
You'd think that being stomped on and squished, just for existing, would be as bad as it could possibly get. Well, you'd be mistaken to believe the injustice stops there. For all the dirty, shoe-crushing nonsense that Goombas have had to put up with for over 2 decades, the only game in which they have even the slightest glimmer of playable character spotlight is in Mario Super Sluggers, a baseball game for crying out loud. And to add insult on top of injury, Goombas are given some of the worst stats in the game. Another stereotype strike against them. After all these years, you'd think they would have at least earned a right to show up in Mario Kart. Oh no, wait. They do show up in Mario Kart as speed bumps. That's right. Goombas have turned into glorified speed bumps for D-list characters like Wiggler and Birdo to use for their own personal gain. Nearly every other baddie has had their time to shine. When will Goombas start being treated as the competent chestnuts they are and stop being used as comedic roadkill?
Being a cousin to the Goomba, I understand the frustrations that many of my brethren go through on a day-to-day basis. Mario has only transversed my home of Sarasaland once, so I've not had the opportunity to bring him to justice, nor be the victim of his murderous intentions. However, some were not so lucky. My English cousin, the Lonely Goomba, recounts his experience with the Red Menace.
I knew a Goomba once. Name was Bert. He was on the other side of the pipe. I was never able to see him in person, but we would talk about life, share our hopes and dreams. He was my friend. My only friend. But one day, all that ended. It was the day Mario decided to visit. I remember it well. I was one of the lucky ones. He jumped straight over me. Bert, however, was not so lucky. I'll never forget the sounds I heard from the other side of that pipe. It haunts me every night. Sounded a bit like whoop. And why did Mario kill him? For a measly 100 points. A Goomba's life for 100 points. I hope it was worth it, Mario.
Of course, I'm sure you still are in disbelief, saying that Goombas are brainless, familyless lots of monsters. Well, perhaps my next guest, Kerbifer, can help shed some light on the situation and explain just how productive Goombas have been in our community.
Hello, friends. Thousands of people kill upwards of 300 Goombas a day. Whether they are crushed to death, burnt alive, or simply taking a tragic fall into one of the Mushroom Kingdom's endless pits, the casualties are staggering. I'm here to tell you that these humble mushrooms are more than a pea-brained, barely sentient meat shield. They have families, hopes, and dreams. In Monster Town, there lives a Goomba family simply seeking a peaceful existence in the Mushroom Kingdom. In fact, they've opened up the town's only item shop. Alongside his 3 children, not only has he turned from his minion ways, but they've become critical contributors to their society. Except for those 3 kids that sell you, poisonous mushrooms, but we're not counting that. Goombas have also made great strides in the field of science and education. Professor Franklin of Goomba U has devoted much of his time teaching aspiring pupils such as Goombella literally everything about the world and the people who dwell in it. Name me any other organization in the Mushroom Kingdom that devoted to the sharing of knowledge. Granted, that's about all she does. She just reads how many hit points they have. You can just get a badge for that. But end the genocide today, people. Give these creatures a chance to grow and continue to bring some of the greatest contributions to their world. This message was brought to you by $20 in my back pocket. Give it to me by Gaijin Goombah. Thanks, buddy.
These are hard-working individuals with families, children, and lives. And every day, these individuals have to say farewell to their families to save their loved ones. And most of the time, they never come back. You, me, we can end this. We ask you on this day that we all recognize the hard-working Goombas of the Mushroom Kingdom and beyond. Today, let us celebrate the first Goomba Appreciation Day. Let us commemorate the hard work these gentle folk put into their job at the expense of their own lives without ever standing in the limelight. Send a letter to your local Mushroom Kingdom representative and demand better wages, safer working conditions, and better representation in spin-off games. You have the power. Only you can act. So the next time you see a side-trotting Goomba minding his own business, think twice before going out of your way for a measly 200 points. I'm Gaijin Goomba, and with a great hope in my heart, I'm signing out.